right, good morning, everyone, for the second time. So let's start this. Share the screen is shared. Good. So let's start with the market as usual, and the chat is also open. So if you have any tickers that you'd like to review or questions or anything, you can drop your question in the chat and we'll do that after. So, all right, market still in pullback. So for me, I'm still in anticipation play. Um, but yeah, price didn't show the best follow through yesterday. So as we discussed, we had that structure breakdown, rally into the structure, and I was looking at that potential higher low structure being created yesterday. And we also had confirmation from the Brett side. So we had a hookup on the McClellan and a hookup on the Brett extensions as well. So I was honestly expecting some kind of daily reversal and 21 DMA structure reclaim. Um, that would have been the perfect scenario, but we rarely have or get what we want with the market. So, yeah, we gapped up and we sold. We saw following the open, I think a bit later in the morning, we started selling and we kind of closed below the 21 DMA structure. But the good news is we're still within that range, that 4 days range. We held the lows and we closed pretty much flat, a bit green on the day. No, a bit red. Sorry. So pretty much flat. So yeah, my, from what I see, it looks like chop to me. Uh, but today will be pretty critical and pivotal again, just like yesterday. So we didn't confirm anything yesterday. So that's why I think that today will be no sound. Do you have sound, anyone? Oh, oh, some people saying sound is fine. Sound works. What's the problem? No sound here. No sound. Okay, that's weird. Uh, oh, someone said he had to refresh Discord. Uh, so maybe let's try to restart the session. Sound okay now. It's good now. By magic, I did nothing. Okay. So, guys, if you don't have the sound, just leave and reconnect, and it should be good. That's what people are saying. Great. Thanks for the advice, guys. So we'll continue with the session. And again, if you don't have the sound, I'll type it because they don't have the sound, right? If you don't have the sound, please reconnect. I'll continue with the session. Great. So yeah, um, I continue to see that pullback as being constructive, uh, but fully recognizing that it could really swing both ways, and depending on which side it swing, that will be important to be pretty nimble and respect risk, because if we gave back this range right here today, and we close near that previous swing low or even undercut it, for me, that's a clear signal to go back on defense, and that probably that pullback will have more legs, and more time is needed to digest the prior trend. So that's the first scenario to look. Things go bad and we break lower, and in that case, you'll see me reduce exposure. I'll try to do it at the end of the day, as always. But if things are really, really bad, obviously I'll react before. Um, on the other side, two more scenarios. I think that it's also a possibility that we remain in that range. We just continue to contract and to build power for maybe next week, some type of breakout and reclaim of the 21 DMA structure. So that's the second scenario that I'm looking at. That wouldn't be bad, to be honest, and that's a bit what we see in the liquid leaders and the other stocks. Is there's some stuff working, but on balance, the market is pretty much in chop. So it's important to have really good entries. You buy low in the structure, you buy low in pullbacks, you don't buy breakouts, because there's a lot and a lot of false breakout. And you remain patient. As long as the market chops and just remain healthy, you'll be able to get traction on your names, especially if you had good entries. And the third and final scenario I'm looking at today is we close the week strong. We reclaim the 21 DMA structure. We closed above the 21 DMA, obviously, but more importantly, about the swing high. So um, that was Thursday, Wednesday. So Tuesday's high is kind of the top of the range that we tried to break out yesterday but failed. But the top of Tuesday's high is kind of the reversal and the range pivot. So if we manage to close above that, that would be really constructive for a market, and potentially next week we could see a new leg higher being made in the market. So that's the three scenario that I'm looking at. Either that we kind of follow through on that 21 DMA structure retest and rejection to the downside, and it means defense and reducing exposure. Either that we remain in that range and we continue to chop around. In that case, nothing to do for me. I won't increase or reduce exposure, but again, based on each individual stock action. And the third scenario is that we break higher. And in that case, for me, the game plan, just because of my vacation, is to not increase my exposure, especially with the weekend as well. But if I can get some trims on my position, I would love to do maybe a couple trims just to reduce my new open risk. Reduce my open ET is not very high, but I'm I'm in I'm right now in the negative of that uh, trading window attempt. So if I'm stopped on everything, uh, I'm how to explain that clearly. So if I take my stop loss on all my position, I draw down, right? That's the idea of being negative in my new risk, right? So ideally, I can secure some profits, I can raise some stops just to secure some profits and not have that much of a doubt of a drawdown if the opportunity fail next week. All right, so let's review the internals and then positions. So credit spreads, a bit like yesterday, we remain in that very critical area. We're still right into the 21 DMA structure retests. We're filling that gap as well. So the market is still at risk if we see some type of spike in the credit spreads. Ideally, we wanted to see a bit like the VIX did yesterday. So we were in that kind of wedge as well. But VIX, instead of spiking from the 21 DMA, we failed and we closed to a new low. We're still right into the structure, but VIX is acting better and looking better than the credit spread. So uh, really looking to the session to see how the spreads will do. But that's definitely something to keep an eye on. Yield still in that massive range or base, whatever you want to call it. Um, Bitcoin still looking solid. A bit weak this morning, but to be honest, we're still in that base building and right into resistance. So there was some constructive action yesterday. Bitcoin kind of did what I was expecting that the broad market QQQE would do. Um, so confirmed the daily reversal of Wednesday's high. We reclaimed the 21 DMA. We reclaimed Tuesday's high as well, which was the swing high. So basically, we had a new short-term uptrend, right? Because we had that low, we made lower high, but higher low followed by a higher high. So basically, we're now in a short-term uptrend on Bitcoin. Um, so we also reclaimed the entire 21 DMA structure, but some kind of right side range or tighten up would be very constructive. So we'll see if that kind of range top area can hold on the back test. Also, back test of the 21 DMA is very possible. Maybe we break out during the weekend. Maybe we break out during next week. But as long as we don't give back that structure and we break to a new low, I think Bitcoin is still looking pretty good. Just one sec, guys. All right, sorry guys. So yeah, that's the scenario I'm watching for Bitcoin into the weekend. Futures. So Nasdaq we're still above the reversal pivot. We're still above the 21 DMA structure. Yesterday we saw that retest and it held. So that's very good feedback. Um, and yeah, let's see how we act right now. Maybe some kind of larger base is being created, and we need to tighten up on the right side. And I don't know, in a couple weeks, we resume higher. That's a scenario, but so far we're still in a short-term uptrend. And as long that we don't give back this 21 DMA structure, that we don't give back this range area as well, I think we're good. We can tighten up on the right side, and things will remain healthy. Uh, Pretty much the same thing for the S&P 500, but a bit less strong. And small caps, a bit like QQQE and RSP, we're still struggling in that 21 DMA structure retest. So watch for that reclaim or rejection and new low. I think that Wednesday's low is really the line in the sand. If we reject the 21 DMA structure and we close below Wednesday's low and close below the 21 DMA structure, uh, it will be time for some defense, obviously. All right, so let's just review quickly the portfolio. VRT, I still like this setup a lot. We're building these higher lows in the last 2 days. We still have that Wednesday's high pivot as a confirmation of the setup. So if you're not already in it and you're looking for new exposure, that would really be my focus today. Ud broke out from the range and kind of confirmed the new short-term uptrend as well. This one, that's one that I would look to trim if we act really strong today and kind of close at new highs. So something to look as well. If the market is weak, maybe we need to chop to range build on the right side here for a couple days into next week. That's also a possibility. Maybe just need to base longer. Auber really like that setup. A bit stretched right now, but still within 1 ATR from the 21 DMA. So if you see this name coming back to retest the reversal pivot, retest the 21 DMA structure, that would be a really nice entry as well. Rubrik, so really choppy name. I was expecting more strength yesterday, but it was still constructive as we retested the low of the structure, retested that downtrend line, and we closed back above the 21 DMA. So that's good to see. But on this one as well, Wednesday's high pivot is really the where we will confirm the setup and potentially start that new leg higher. Tesla opened that last night. So yeah, I'm looking at that giant VCP, right? So no idea if we will resume higher, but so far things are looking good. I have my setup. So we have that downtrend line breakout. We have that daily reversal that we confirmed on Wednesday. So really strong action. And yesterday we closed above the 21 DMA structure after a quick retest of the 21 DMA and a quick retest of that downtrend line as well. So looking good, but with Tesla we never know. So if today we give back and we reject that top area, that's a name that I will likely cut into the weekend. Um, yeah, Bitix we covered Bitcoin, so same thing. I had Carvana, HWM, and Ionic in focus list. So let's cover those. So Carvana still the same setup. We're and we discussed that yesterday, right, guys? We said pretty violent pullback into structure, base structure, 21 DMA structure. And once that when that happens, don't expect right away a V shape, right? There's seller in there. that will want to cover their attempt in that pullback. So there's some short-term overhead, and that's pretty typical what we saw yesterday. But we still create higher lows. We're still holding the base area. We're still holding the 21 DMA. So look for Wednesday's high pivot that we tried to push higher, and we came back to retest. I think that will be the line of in the sand to really engage in this name. So still liking this setup, looking good, especially long term. If the market can cooperate, there's something to play here. Um, OMED, so that was a leading stocks not so long ago. It's trading well from the 21 DMA. So pretty nice uptrend. It was getting weak, right? So needed some digestion. Right now we broke the 21 DMA structure, so looking pretty much like the market and small caps IWM. So we broke down, we retest the 21 DMA structure. Now building that tight range on the right side with higher lows. So uh, the setup is there. Look at Tuesday's high um, for an entry, and ideally close outside of the 21 DMA structure. So uh, that one could be a good play. Strong sector, aerospace and defense, so very interesting. The other one that I will start to track, that's more of a speculative name, right? But I think it can set up. It's not ready yet. So this one, I think need more time. Sideways or tight action on the right side, but it began to build a higher low structure following earnings. And if we can hold that structure and tighten up, that will be a good name to watch to play the quantum space on that 21 DMA structure reclaim. All right, so let's take Q&A. I see that there's only 5 minutes left. So when stocks are setting up, usually they do it at the same time, especially around 21 EMA. How you find yourself LT exposed and not missing the train, taking into account near around, because getting exposed later is like, yeah, but you adjust your exposure, and right now it's not about 1 to 1.5% new exposure risk. I'm around 2. I'm around 55% exposure, and to be honest, I played it um, pretty conservative in the way that I didn't ramp up new exposure risk, new open risk too fast. And apart some position 2 days ago, I kept my risk pretty small, 0.1%, 0.25%. So you can certainly use higher risk, bigger position, and I'm already at 55%, being kind of cautious. I don't think it's wise to open too much exposure too fast. Keep in mind, it's not a race, right? So the market will. We're still in anticipation. The market is not even above the 21 DMA structure. So you'll miss nothing, guys. There will be other setups around the 21 DMA structure. Stock that reclaim the 21 DMA structure will come back to backtest it when the market get the first stress test. That will be another opportunity to add exposure. The stuff that were weaker will confirm a 21 DMA structure reclaim. That will give you other setups. Uh, it's not an all or nothing. Nothing happens in one day. Uh, and trust me, I've seen many cycles. You'll have setups if the market is really strong and confirm a new uptrend. you'll have setups over multiple days. As long as the market is not extended, uh, there's stocks at different phases of their market cycle that will set up around their 21 DMA structure. So, no, it's not happening only in one day. And ramping up exposure from 0 to 100% in a day or two is not very wise. So, take your time. It's not a race. Uh, to be honest, sometimes you get maybe 2 3 days to get that first initial exposure building when you get a pullback. Then the market goes, you have really good momentum, and usually you get a stress test and some weakness to give you other entries to ramp back exposure to close to 100%. And usually we do that pretty quickly. So, no, I've never had any problem with being too low in exposure after a pullback. Uh, on the contrary, I think we're pretty fast to ramp up exposure. So, yeah, don't stress with that, I would say. Uh, Roblox. That's something that I really struggle to take a position. Let me just yeah. So this one is putting me a bit off, to be honest. There was this huge run up, pretty much extended all the way up. They didn't really give any 21 DMA pullback, and this one is kind of tough to me. Uh, it doesn't mean that that the stock will fail, but we had that huge gap up, slam down. So interest and appetite was not really there after a already pretty much historical run for the stock. You go back in time, the only other runs like that were kind of in 2021 and yeah, not even that long, to be honest. So that's historical run for Roblox, and seeing kind of that failed EP and going into the 21 DMA area. What I see right now, to be honest, is kind of a bear flag, and I think this name need more time. I don't see it as a high potential setup, to be honest. Maybe we need to put some kind of two leg down pullback. That would give something to think about. If we go to retest kind of that area right here, um, and set up maybe some kind of 21 DMA reclaim setup after a while. Uh, Personally, I don't like the odds right here, and that's something that I would look further down the road if it's set up after a longer digestion. All right, so not a bad open, guys. Uh, VRT hood Auber, really nice action of the open. Um, Rubric Tesla holding the structure. So not catastrophic open. Let's see how the session goes. But yeah, probably yeah, I didn't touch the game plan for me today. So like I said, vacation starting tonight. So for me, that's either a panda day, not doing anything, or trimming into strength if we see really good strength today. And if the market is breaking down, I will reduce some risk. into the weekend, but overall, I don't plan to do much today, guys. Yeah, that. So someone asked PSTG. So that's a nice setup. We have that kind of higher low structure, base breakout, kind of a VCP. Um, we're we're kind of up 4 days in a row, um, but not always up. So we had that. Yeah, price cycle is good. So we had that breakdown. We had that 21 DMA structure retest, rejection, reclaim of the 21 DMA. So we reclaimed that Tuesday's high, which was kind of the reversal pivot. We retested that yesterday, so we confirmed that on a back test. It holds, and we confirmed that this is now support. So yeah, I would look maybe into weakness today as we retest the 21 DMA structure. But we're within buy area. We're at zero point 0.5 ATR from the 21 DMA. So good spot. I was gonna say at first, after seeing kind of that wedge up action, that we might need to back test, but we kind of made it already yesterday. So yeah, I would look for some kind of weakness into the 21 DMA structure, but certainly looking good. So pretty good open. McClellan almost green. Uh, because in the last few days, if you look at the pattern, we had that rally on Monday, uh, and since then we kind of show either chop or VCP action. Look how the selling days are weaker and weaker. So we had minus 80, so pretty much distribution kind of climax selling day, minus 57, minus 40. And same thing for the green days. That rally, snapback rally, was at 88 GDB, then came at 39, and now at 6, 10. So we kind of squeeze on breadth, and that's a good thing. It means that a move is coming either side. And is just contraction, and you see it in the GDB as well. Uh, so yeah, ideally, if we can flip up, so positive McClellan oscillator today would mean that the summation hook up. That would be a pretty nice look into the weekend, right? All right, guys. So if there's no other questions, I will close the session for now. So thanks everyone. Have a good day. And just as a quick reminder, I won't be in office next week. I will be 2 weeks in vacation, but I will jump in from time to time. I will update if there's any trades that I take, trim or close. So yeah, I will be around, but not as active as usual, and not big updates at night. So yeah, thank you guys. I appreciate the wishes. So have a good day, everyone, and I will be in the pit anyway. So let's talk a bit later. Cheers. Bye bye.